Dr. Eric Opoku Entry. Good morning.
Good morning.
Co-founder and president of the Spintex Knights, correct?
Yeah.
Great, Dr. Opoku. You're not here alone. I'll get to your partner in a minute, but I want you to kick us off with why basketball? Everybody asking or watching the TV will be asking the same question. Of all the things that you know growing up in Ghana, you told me you're an Akura, blah, blah, blah. Why basketball? Doc?
It is basketball has over the past decade become one of the growing sports in Ghana. I think I was taught the crafts and the game when I was in Achimota Secondary School. And when I moved on to do my master's and PhD, that is what gave me food to eat on scholarship. So I was doing it on part-time, and that was what was helping me buy my tickets, flying here and there. And I felt that it's a great tool coming back home to also empower the youth with basketball. So if you come onto our team, I think the youngest age would be like around 30. And over a period of time, it is something that all the boys have grown through, and a lot of them have had a lot of opportunities out of that.
Okay, I have questions on how it put food on the table, but before then, I also want to find out from my brother that now you are Mr. Thomas Amedeku, you are a coach, correct?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yep.
Why out of all the sports? Now I'm asking these questions because these are the questions Ghanaians will ask. We are a football people, kwata we are boxing people. How I rank our sports
Athletics.
love is football first.
Boxing.
It's Abedi Pele, Azuma, and if you are running, maybe now it's Azameti will mention. Or they like when we're growing, exactly.
No, it's not Aziz Zakari or whatever they call it.
Anyway, where did your inspiration come from to be so embedded in the love for basketball to the point where you coach?
I think mine came when I was in level 4 in the university, because I played a little bit when I was in high school, but when I got to university...
Which high school?
I went to Pope John.
You were almost at St. Peter's, so I'll allow you.
I wanted to go to St. Peter's.
Yeah. That's why I said almost at St. Peter's.
So, I mean, when I came to the University of Ghana, I was focused on doing sports. I'm just a sports guy. I can do football, handball, and everything. But I think that there was just something that after university, I went back to my community in Adenta, and I noticed that if you were not playing football, there was nothing else for you to do. And me growing up in Adenta, I never had a chance to play football in the community because I never had a football boot. And so I had to learn basketball on my own. And so when I went back, I was like, if I can't also go into football, like I have to do something else that the kids that can't go and play football can fall on. And then I just fell in love with the coaching. I started studying. And
so you're talking about Adenta Snit Flats?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So for those of you in Tema who speak about Chinese court, those of us in Accra, our legendary site is Adenta Snit Flats.
Yes.
From there is Legon Campus, near the Central Cafeteria. You mentioned another place.
Lebanon House, too.
Very good. So, but just to paint the picture that there are little collectives where basketball is a thriving thing. Now, I want Doc to talk to me about the reason why founding the Spintex Knights was necessary and how that journey has been so far.
I think when we came into this space, we realized that there was a gap. We've not had a national team for like spanning a decade plus. So
say it well. We've not had a national basketball team representing Ghana for over 10 years.
Yes. So
I like trouble. So this is I like to open inside well.
It is the truth. It is the truth. It's a standing problem that we all are fixing. And one of the things we also realized was that you can always control what you can control, and the national agenda is a bigger platform, but we can set up a club team that can represent the red, gold, green well. And over the past 7 to 8 years, I think we've given a good representation of ourselves.
in that good representation, I want you to give us an insight into how the Spintex Knights functions as a club. Do you have regular games? Since we've not even had a national team in 10 years, is there a local league that's ongoing? Where do you play? How is the competitive nature? Is it a viable investment? Apart from Spintex Knights, what are the other clubs that make this, the other basketball clubs that make this space a reality? Because as much as Spintex Knights is in existence and you are pushing, one team doesn't make a sporting industry. So what's the framework like? What's the basketball industry like?
So right now I have to change my jacket and wear my other jacket. I'm vice chairman of Greater Accra Basketball.
Then I beg you add your tie.
Yes, tie. Greater Accra Basketball League, and we have 40 teams in the Greater Accra Basketball League. We have 10 in Division 1 men, 10 in Division 1 women, and 20 in Division 2 for those who are vying to qualify up there. And I will say for a fact that we are the biggest league in Africa. We have the numbers. And level of competition, yes, we cannot bring in the G League players, we cannot bring in the NBA players, but the level of competition is is high. We have teams like Nungwa Coastal, Tax Foundation, we have the Braves of Customs, we call themselves. Yeah. We have Ghana police teams, we have immigration, we have Leopards. Yeah, the competition is just high in the Greater Accra Basketball League.
I didn't hear anything when you after you said Nungwa what?
Cold Store.
Cold Store.
Yeah.
They should win everything.
Why?
I love the name.
Nungwa Cold Store.
Yeah,
it's owned by one of my. Funny enough, it's owned by one of my good friends, and we are.
Tell him that
we are rivals. We are rivals.
I was on your side until you got there. They've won. What? Talk about the name. Nungwa Store. Yeah. They are too cool.
They are very cool.
Charlie, Coach Thomas, tell me about players. Being a coach, what's the psychology, what's the mentality of people coming into this league? 40 teams, that's a lot of human beings. I'm sure there's still people out there trying to get in. When these young talents come in, is the dream, and this is the dicey question, is the dream, I want to become LeBron? Or is the dream, I want to do something for Ghana? And how do you manage that as a coach?
I think that generally everyone that's playing now has a dream that they want to be like LeBron, maybe even more than LeBron. But the reality is that not all of them can become that. So there is always that space where we have to keep preaching to them that you can put in all the work that you want to put in. If you are destined to get to the top, definitely you are going to get there. But if you don't get there, what are you going to make out of yourself? And we also try to preach to them that it's not just, the basketball ecosystem is not just for players. There are marketers, there are other jobs that you can do around basketball. Yeah. That's not just playing. Yeah. So as you play, you need to also take your education seriously. So that if you are unable to play to a certain level, then you can fall back on your education and then you can do something in the basketball ecosystem. So every time that we recruit players, that's always a conversation. What's the next plan for you? Do you want to go to school? Are you trying to go professionally? Do we think that you can go professionally? Then we tell you our honest assessment of your abilities. If we feel that you can go, but you still need the education, we talk about being in school, house playing for our club. So really, it's always preaching that to them that not everybody can become LeBron, not everybody can make it to the NBA, but you can find yourself doing something around basketball.
Now, balance is key in succeeding in all things, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's good to be an entrepreneur. It's good to be doc and have the passion and, having lived it, say, you know what, I'm going to invest in a club and all that. But what's the corporate support like? What's the governmental support like? Are you doing this in a void, or are people coming around to seeing the vision?
I think that for some time we've been doing it in void. We've been reaching out to people, and not many people have sort of expressed interest. But I think this year the interest in terms of people trying to support has been high, because we've had the sports minister come to our practice and speak to the team and all of that. We've had Yao Sechi being very instrumental in how we are growing and preparing for traveling outside. So this year it's been quite different, because I think that this year we are being seen more and people are trying to reach out one way or the other. But to say that we are getting some form of cash from and support from people, it's not been really forthcoming. Everything has been coming from our co-founders,
the benevolent leaders. Okay, now we have some footage of some of these interactions just to put it out there for people to see and visualize the progress that's going on. So let's get that up. When we come back, Doc, I would like to also find out from the association's perspective how the journey is going, what kind of support you've had in the past, and what the vision is at large. But for now, if it's possible, let's go and check out exactly what the interaction was as the sports minister made his way to meet the Spintex Knights. Let's check that out.
It gives me joy that what we describe as the least finance sports is getting some attention at some level. And this will serve as a motivation to encourage many other clubs to also stir up their performance. But I'm happy that the Knights are representing Ghana, and consistently I've been told that they have been at the top there for the last 3 years. It shows a certain discipline. It shows that a certain level of training that they are adapting to, and I can only urge them to keep it up. Every sport must get some attention, especially when you show seriousness. They must be given the necessary attention. It should not just be football. And I made it very clear that I was not going to be a minister for football. I'm minister for sports, and by addition, recreation. So every sport must feel big. Yes, investment may be heavy on some than others, but it doesn't mean that we must not give attention to all the sports. And basketball is one area that the potential is big. It opens so many doors for the young ones. So if you are investing in basketball, you are not wasting at all. Basketball is not a recreational sport. It's a sport that is an elite sport. So investing in it is right. It opens a lot of doors for the young persons. So the ministry will work shoulder to shoulder with the federation and Spintex Knights to make sure that they also continue to grow and represent the country at the club
now,
level.
That is a very bold statement there from the Minister of Sports, saying that he's not going to be, like he did in his opening address some months back. He said he's not going to be a minister for football. He's going to be a minister for sports. And I think that's something that's a very bold statement and something that we all have to hold him accountable to, because we are you've already judged him, man. So the way you are smiling is like, oh, okay. I saw some players also there from the Legon Basketball League. They also featured in the we did some work with the LBL as well. So good. Now back to the question, Doc. The association administratively as a business, which ultimately it is. What has the journey been so far, and how are we looking to scale up? And what's the dream?
You mean the team or the Greater Accra?
The Greater Accra, the collective.
So the collective group, Greater Accra Basketball League, is trying to create that platform where, like Coach said, we unearth talents and get them into school. One of the things that this year we have done remarkably is that we started a junior ABO league, where we are trying to groom the talents as young as they are, and they were able to go to Togo to compete in an international.
How young is young?
Junior. Youngest, we did a under 13 team. We had an under 13 and 16 team, and they all went out there to play in the Zone 3 sub-region that has Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Liberia, and they came out third for all age groups. And it is a good narrative that we are setting out.
For potential.
Yes, and for the older leagues now, we are trying to make sure that the game comes to that level that it is recognized internationally. And yes, we are a product of that.
Now, same scope of thinking around the Spintex Knights. Is the focus on these matches and these game days and all that, or on building individual players that are going to be more or less ambassadors for the club? Because I've heard about Spintex Knights, but you know the way we get information about football, fixtures coming up and all that, to be very honest, we don't get the same from basketball. Like I said, we've done some work with the Legon Basketball League and all that. And amplification is a problem. The media is not big on basketball like it should be, blah, blah, blah. We can go on. for this. Now, as a unit, are there any special initiatives? Because on your page we noticed there's some artworks about some fundraising and here and there and other things. I want you to speak to those initiatives and any other initiatives that might be special to your club and might be pushing an agenda towards visibility and funding.
Yeah, I think for us, our core mandate is to be the best basketball team in Ghana and also improve lives. Part of improving life is getting them into education, into schools. Over the past 7 years, we've been able to get 60 plus students on sports scholarships into schools.
Wow.
Yes. And
internationally?
Local and international.
Then Lenny has to play basketball.
we've been able to do that, and all of them are performing on the highest level. So you look at the social impact. This year we have 8 of our players starting their master's degree program.
Wow.
Yes, and their master's degree program is all around. Yeah, we have somebody going to study data analytics, and will still be of impact to the society and the team. Yeah. We have 3 of them studying marketing, and it will still come back and be of impact to the team. So top of our agenda is to be the number 1 basketball team and also improve lives. The initiatives we've set out, like the donation, is for us to be able to get 10,000 people to give us $20. And having 10,000 people to give us $20, the journey we are embarking on, that is the road to BAL. Yeah, the road to BAL is capital intensive. Last year, we went with a budget of paying a player $1,000. So we met Lali Tripoli, who was paying one player for 2 weeks, $40,000. So, wow. Yes, when you bring your Nika and somebody is bringing his Aston Martin, you know that there's difference.
You have to lower your volume and roll up. Yes. But that's a nice flyer there, capturing most of the information that's necessary for this initiative. It's a great initiative. If more or less divide, all hands on board. 10,000 people, $20 each, which is not a big task at all. One dream, support our ascent to the summit of basketball in Africa. It takes a city. Give $20. Now the website, in case you are curious and want to engage with the Spintex Knights, the website for this wonderful initiative, Ascent, ASCENT Spintex Knights, Knights with a K.com. Ascent SpintexKnights.com. Just get on there and you can also give your $20. By today's rate, you're going to be 300 Ghana frat. For 10,000 of us, I am personally going to pledge myself, Lenny, and J. Foley. So you have $60.
J. Foley, do a crowd. Ontia Bibre.
Information reach me. Foley say you pay $100.
Oh, nice one.
And he lives at Spintex too. Why only 200?
Okay.
Information reaching me. So J. Foley, let's give it up for J. Foley. $200 there. Wow. Great. Right.
Yeah, so, can't let no crying.
But I mean, this is great, and this is a good way to both raise funds and create the awareness for the game. Now, with regards to play calendar, upcoming rosters, etc., signings, interesting signings or anything that's they pointed me to the chairman. So, I was talking to this guy, give me sign that, hey, let me go to Killer Thomas. Mr. Thomas, yeah, give it to me hot.
So we signed 3 new players to bolster our roster. We brought in Kyrie Temple. He's from the US. He played in Division 2 college basketball, and he's a small forward. And he's here with us. And then we signed Coach Ba. He's played in the World Cup with South Sudan, and he's also here with us to help us. And then we have Yao in Siako, who's a Ghanaian but was born in Canada, and he's also here to help us make it into the BAL.
So the Spintex Knights, Accra, Ghana-based basketball club team, is signing international basketball players.
Yeah.
Let's clap for you. I mean, if I saw this online, to be honest to God, I'll say it's a hoax. If you were not, because I you see, that's how we've been disillusioned about.
You should have come to our practice yesterday. You see them.
Offer me.
Oh, the end the person special cost side tickets at the bar.
Make the train in the crowd. Maybe I'm moving free in the crowd, friend. Don't worry at all. You know, and we definitely want to be a part of this. Like like I said, we've been a part of the LBL and we've engaged and we spotlight a lot of stuff. So marvelous initiatives like this and lots of hard work going into this, Charlie. So these people are on professional contracts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doc, tell me about the African Basketball League.
I think it's the pinnacle of basketball in Africa. For national teams, you cannot afford to bring in top signings or superstars. You use what you have. And it is a competition that is handled between the NBA and FIBA Africa. As it stands right now, they have 8 permanent slots for the basketball giants. Nigeria.
FIBA is Federation
International
Basketball
Federation. Yes. So they have 8 permanent slots for the basketball giants: Senegal, Nigeria, Tunisia, Rwanda, and all that. So now, for you to enter into the Basketball African League, the rest of Africa, that are not part of the giants, I have to. The 44 will now have to fight for 4 slots.
Wow.
Yes, and it is divided into zones. We are in zone 3, and in zone 3, Nigeria is already out because they are part of the giants. So it is Ghana, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Benin, Togo, Niger. So whoever the champion out of that country comes to compete to be winner of zone 3, or they pick the top 2.
The top 2.
Then from the top 2, you go play in the Elite 16. I'll say this emphatically that last year we were part of the top 16 teams in Africa. If you add the permanent 8, then it is 25. We are part of the top 25 basketball teams in Africa. And when you qualify into the Elite 16, they pick another 2 to make it into the BAL. That is what football people call money zone. Yeah.
So long story short, things are in order. Ekui, there's progress.
Progress in playing, progress in putting our team structure together, progress in money. We are still praying.
So no brand. Are there any? Let me ask it in a positive light. Are there any brand associations, endorsements, logo placements, anything, visibility? Because this is an African, this is an African journey. Coming from here, the whole zone, international matches, going up round of 16. It's no longer Spintex issue.
Yeah.
It's a big issue. Yeah. What's that been like? Anyway.
Last year we had NASCO come on board, so we had their logo on our jersey the whole time. This year we've not had anyone reach out to us, or all the people who've reached out to us to have not said that they want to have their logo on our jersey where they can sort of like sponsor in a way. As of now, no one has reached out to us in that line yet. So we are going this year without any sponsor on our jersey.
And we've reached out to a couple.
Ebeba. No, this is all part of that happening, because the exposure and the insights in the conversation we've just had, me personally, is tickling my inside. Because there's a lot to be had. Football here, bread. Football here, bread. We love it, and we love the Black Stars. Yesterday, if you watch yesterday's show, I was unenthused. Yes, blah, blah, blah. But there's so much physical athleticism in this country that every sport should be front and center. And for you to, out of pocket, your own time, energy, I can only imagine up and down, and dealing with boys and Charlie. You are on TV smiling, but they don't see the other side when you are not smiling.
Oh, they can see. They can see you have not slept.
Charlie, I'm in the sports world with you, so I understand. Managing human beings, managing, expectations, paying bills, not knowing where the money will come back from. Yeah. It's a crime of passion. Yeah. It's a big crime of passion, killing yourself literally. And to be doing this, Charlie, hats off to you. Kudos. And the next time, you guys have a lineup, whatever, coming up, please, I'm not far.
Sure.
I'm not far. Don't call 3 Musical. You call me, I'll bring 3 Music.
Okay.
If you think calling 3 Music will be hard for you, no problem. Friend me.
So the bureaucracy in trying to even get access to some people. So at times we just decide that, if you have not thrown your weight.
Jeffoli knows everybody. Jeffoli knows everybody. It's also Akora.
Sidiama.
Friend Jeffoli. Jeffoli, after the $200 donation, call Jeffoli. He will give you anybody.
Jeffoli, you're trying to let to know. Still,
you should look up plans for meeting at the end. Yes, but Charlie, it's been great. It's been great having this conversation, and it's definitely been insightful and interesting to see where you've taken basketball from and how much the industry itself is growing and how you are a participating factor to all that growth. Now, if we want to see the Spintex Knights on a regular, whether training, whether match, whatever, where do we go? Where are you at?
So now, like you said, we are also trying to move our practice sessions to Good Park, where it's central for everybody to. If you want to pass by, that's where you find us. So hopefully, when we return from our trip to Ivory Coast, that's where we are going to be.
When is the trip?
We are leaving tonight.
You are in the airport now.
We are leaving tonight. We are going by bus. We are going by bus. Last year we were supposed to go with 21 people to Libya, and as at 2 days for us to leave, we had to cut our numbers to make the flight. So we had to go with 1 coach, 1 team doctor, 1 media person, and then 1 team manager, and just 11 players to cut down costs.
Wow.
Not even 12.
Not even 12.
And the Ivory Coast journey by bus is how long?
12 to 15 hours.
But ideally, no, I'm complaining about fair.
Oh.
Askabeba, for a documentary, don't worry. Kali J also has something to say about NBA in Ghana basketball. My friend NBA. Let's check that out. But before we go to that video, I want to say a big thanks to Thomas, the coach for the Spintex Knights, and of course the man with the checkbook himself. Our checkbook in dollar, pound, euro. Dr. Entry, thank you very much for doing what you do. I know the hustle, and it's people like you who changed the frontier. Charlie, big ups, and keep pushing the barriers for basketball in Ghana. This is SportsDirect, and we've been chopping it up with the team from the Spintex Knights. We're taking a message from Kali J on the same topic.
Hello guys, Kali J here once again, and I'm coming to ask you for a very, very ambitious project. This is a very, very ambitious project. The Spintex Knights are going to Ghana, are going out to represent Ghana in Africa, road to bow. And of course, they'll need our support, especially financially. I'm calling on all of Ghanaians, especially the youth, sports lovers, people that want to see Ghana at the top. We want 10,000 people to donate $20 each to support the team. I mean, this is very, very beautiful what they are doing here. They are putting the flag of Ghana high. A lot of people are not really, really conversant about the basketball sports in Ghana. There are a lot of people that would like to see Ghana dominate in that role, and Spintex Knights have taken the lead. They'll need their support. I need just 10,000 Ghanaians to donate $20 each and share the link, post their content everywhere on almost every platform you see. Anywhere you see their content, share it, retweet it, share the link, put the link in your groups, your family groups, your sports groups, and let's raise enough funds to push the team so they'll be able to bring the trophy home. I'll be donating my own, so I hope you also donate yours so I will bring the trophy home.